And here we go to the pre-qualified session for the Netherlands. And going into this round, we actually have 6 driver changes. We'll go through them as we find them. But actually, I'll list it off just now. So if we've got Pierre Chauvet to replace Franz Conrad for Austria. We've got Mikael Eriksson to replace Stefan Johansson from Sweden. Hanna Makola represents Ari Vatanen of Finland. Jane Shah replaces Mike Kirkland for Kenya. Paddy Davison is replacing the suspended Malcolm Stewart for New Zealand. And Arthur Abrahams replacing the injured Alan Grice, who only made his debut in the previous round at Le Mans. So we got Larry Perkins out on the track to set the benchmark for everyone in this pre-qualifying group to try and beat. Everyone has kept it together on the track, no one's crashed or anything, thankfully. So I actually tried to record this the first time round, and believe it or not, the game crashed and it turned out there was a Windows update. And I say that, well, we've had someone's gone off in the final corner. Okay, we'll get a replay, see who that is, and find out what happened to them. Okay, who was that went off? It is... I have no idea because I can't find them. Oh, Joachim Mass for West Germany. Okay, it looks like he may have just lost on his own. Let's get... Okay, we'll go replay with Joachim Mass, turn the final corner. Back goes out, goes a little bit wide. Okay, yeah, he just completely lost on his own. Oh, part of the car is on the track though. That's going to be a problem. Okay, the live packet sets the benchmark time. It is a 1:16.4. What can everyone else do to... how fast will everyone be? What's the live packet right behind? Okay, that's Pierre Chauvet, one of the 6 debutants for the season. Okay, we got someone coming in the final corner. Looks like about to set their time. But will they be faster than Larry Perkins or not? Find out enough. And it is Joaquim Santos, a 1:17.3, so not a bad time there from the Portuguese driver. But what about everyone else? Well, they beat Santos' time. Elisa Salazar goes even fast, goes the fastest so far, 1:15.4 for Salazar. Good time there for Chile. Chile, who are currently 19th in the nation's standings. Jan Lammers in his home race, 1:16.0. Berger Schneider, 1:14.9. Jay Boots at 1:15.4. Okay, so the times are coming in second fast. We've gone off. It looks like we've got another off on the track on the road. Okay, get a replay if you see who that is. Is it? Oh, it's Pierre de Doon this time. I'm guessing made his own mistake. Goes a little bit wide and off the road. Boom! Ooh, into the barrier. Okay, bumpy landing there for him. So Bernd Schneider is the fastest on the track so far. But the Doan's going to need to despawn, go back to the pits, and then go and try again. He's got, well, still got about just over 5.5 minutes. Pierre Chauvet does a 1:16.5. It's Mikael Eriksson on his F1 debut. The man who's leading the F2 division goes fastest, 1:14.6. Good time for Antoine Solomon, 1:15.0 for Switzerland. Switzerland needs some good results. Second, need them fast. Managed to score points in France, which helped them get out of the bottom 5 positions, so they're not at risk of elimination for the time being. They'll like an old change. As Joaquim Santos improved his time, he stays the slowest at 1:17.6. As we got Arthur Abrahams, another debutant, in 7th, and now Santos is in the danger zone thanks to his teammate Fontes. Salazar improves his time, but he stays 4th. Rufino Fontes is a 1:16.6, which is 6/10 faster than his teammate. So Fontes good. So Santos really needs to find some extra pace. As we got Boutsen going in the pits at the moment, and it looks like the Dillon has finally despawned back in the pit. So the only 2 drivers that have not set time are the 2 drivers that crashed. So that is Joachim Mass and Pierre de Doon, so they could be in danger going out, which is not ideal. Going towards the final corner of the track, and goes a little bit wide, but he eventually keep it together and going around to the start finish line. Does he put his time, or is he going to bail to the pits? No, he's going to bail for the pits, and I don't think he would have improved his time anyway. So that is in the pits. That's the fastest man of this session so far, Mikael Eriksson, being chased down by Antoine Solomon of Switzerland. So Ericsson's 3 tenths faster than the next fastest, which is Brian Schneider, who is coming to the pits with someone that looks like, oh, bump into the back of Jan Lammers. That was a bit cheeky from the West German. Not sure what that was about, but well, either a mistake or he did that intentionally. I hope he did it intentionally. Oh, Joker Mass, by the way, has a third time, 1:50.2. So that is Rafina Fontes is now in the danger zone. So it's just Pierre Didone that's the only driver to not set a time yet, as Pierre Schubert is currently in the bubble. So it could be either Didone or Schubert that could go out. We've got 3 minutes of the session to go, so there's still plenty of time for Schubert to change things around. So the same with Fontes and Santos. In fact, Pierre Schubert is coming out of the pits now to try and do just that. Imagine, oh, that was not a good start. Hits the barrier, trying to get out of the pit. So that's a bit, that's not ideal. As we've got just over 2 minutes left to go, and Didone has set time 2:11.3 this time. So that's a really, a really slow time there from the Belgians. So he's going to have to really make up about 54 seconds. He's going to have to probably make up about 54 seconds to catch up to Santos, but hopefully he can do that. As Didone make his way towards Sector 1. The top 5 drivers are in the pits, but the second race that's through to group qualifying. Oh, Didone was faster than Michele Alboreto in that first sector. But what can he keep? But can he keep that trend going? It's Didone. It's making its way down sector 2. 1.5 minutes left to go. Remember, Santos on the track. Fontes in the pits. I think Fontes is not gonna. Fontes can't make it out in time, so Fontes is definitely out. So it's Santos, Didone, Parkins, and Schubert. The ones in the bubble up here. Didone goes a little bit wide. He stays on the road this time. Oh, but what's he going to do with his time? Is he going to go down the start-finish line? Can he get into the top 10? He goes into 8, so that's Schubert in danger now. Need to try and make up 110. Gotta make about 400 seconds to try and beat Larry Perkins now. So Didone, I think might have just about done enough to make it to group qualifying. As Larry Perkins goes 4th fastest. So now Schubert's got to deal with the other Austrian. That's Arthur Abraham. He started his flying lap. What can Schubert do here? He's got one more go at this. And he goes 2nd fastest, so that is Arthur Abrahams in the bubble, in danger. Didone goes back in the bubble now. So Schubert showing what he can do. Santos, another guy in danger, going out. Mike Jones' teammate going out. Going on the start-finish line. Santos is not going to improve his time. He's been held up by the two West Germans that are pretty much causing a bit of trouble there for the Portuguese driver. That might be him out. Boutsen goes 3rd fastest now. So Santos got a chance. He's got one more lap to go. Abrahams has got one last shot at this Didone. He's about to finish his final lap of the session. Or is he going to bail for the pits? So he's going to bail for the pits. So Didone thinks he might have done enough, but Abrahams is still on the track. Can Abrahams find 3/10 of a second, push Didone out, and have both Australians go through? Because remember, Australia are bottom in the nations table, and they're in danger of going out at the end of the next round. So they really need a good result here and the next race just to have a chance to stay in the competition. Parkins improved his time. He's in 5th. Abrahams will come across the line. It's not enough, so Abrahams is definitely out. So it looks like it's going to be Arthur Abrahams, Rufinus Fontes. I think Joaquim Santos is going to be going out as well, unless he can pull a miracle to beat Didone. But I don't think it's going to happen. Is he going to finish his time? He's going to finish his time, but no, he's not. No, he's not improved his time. Even if he did, it wouldn't have been enough. So that's both Portuguese driver and Abrahams out. So there is the official result. Mikael Eriksson in his debut takes the win in this first pre-qualifying group. Pierre Schubert also his debut, coming in 2nd for Austria. Thierry Boutsen is 3rd, Berger 4th, Larry Perkins is 5th, Anton Salomon 6th, Joachim Mass 7th. Alicia Salazar is 8th for Chile, Jan is 9th, and Pierre Didon is the final driver to make it through this first pre-qualifying group, which means we say goodbye to both Portuguese drivers Afonso dos Santos and Arthur Abrahams might have a chance to get into the group qualifying if he beats whoever comes 11th in the second pre-qualifying group. With Arthur Abrahams' fate in the balance, let's move over to the second pre-qualifying group. And here we go with the second pre-qualifying group. Now the question is, which 10 of these drivers is going to make it to the group qualifying session? As we wait for someone to clear the pits, we've got someone already on the move. We're going to find out who that is. And that is Timo Salonen of Finland. Going to come out of the pits to set the benchmark for everyone else to try and beat. Now I did check earlier, we do have 2 other debutants in this group. That is Hanna Makola of Finland and Jane Shaw of Kenya. As we've already seen, Mikael Eriksson, Pierre Chauvin and Arthur Abrahams in the first group. Harry Davidson is the only driver of the six that making the debut that doesn't have to pre-qualify because of New Zealand's result in the previous round of Le Mans, thanks to an impressive 4th place finish from Possum. Marcus Stewart did finish 7th, but he's been suspended for 2 races after the debacle he caused during the pit stops in the F1 division that led to the injuries of Alan Grice and Jorge Ricciardi. But what can Timo Salonen do here to set the benchmark for everyone to try and beat? We'll find out soon enough, as most of the drivers are already out onto the track, ready to set their times to see if they can make it to group qualifying. Timo Salonen goes quite a bit wide, but keeps it together. There's a very, very tricky corner this for all the F1 drivers. This last corner seems to send a lot off the road. And we've got someone's already had a bit of an accident already in the final corner. Timo Salonen 132.1 at the. Okay, so we've had someone off already. Now who is it? It's Jose Celsi of Chile. And the final corner, the back's gonna go down a little bit wide in the barrier. Manages to miss. Manages to miss the Swede. So it looks like Celsi's already despawned back to the pits. In fact, we've got another accident on the track, it looks like. This time's in a different corner. Okay. We're going to replay that and see what's happened here. Okay. Who is that? What's happened? It is Hideki Okada. What's the... Go around this corner. It went awfully wide. Into the barrier. And... tries to spin round. Stop, and just because of stop. Okay, interesting. Interesting place to stop to crash the car in this track. But anyway, Timo Salonen going down the sector 2. I think Okada's still... Okay, Okada's definitely trying to move, but he's just not going anywhere, it looks like. Yeah, okay, Okada's back in the pits. Well, that was very strange. Timo Salonen, whoa, bit wide, keeps it together. They're just going to come around to the start finish line and see what the time is for everyone to try and beat. It is going to be 1:16.0. Okay, 1:16.0. I mean, Timo Salonen could easily improve that time. Okay, but what about everyone else? Stig Blomqvist has a 1:50.0, so nearly a full second faster than the Finn. Okay, look at the drivers around the last couple of corners. So they're all bunching up together, which is makes it a little bit nervous. Because I imagine it might be a few incidents if they band it together like they later on. So Blomqvist leads. Mansell does a 1:50.5. Then we got Salonen 1:60.0. Jay and Shaw 1:16.4. Warwick 1:60.8, and Lewington 1:80.0. And then we've got Ian Duncan for Kenya 1:60.8. Oh, got a damaged front wing though. Something's gone wrong for the Kenyan there. So everyone's on the track. That's including Hideki Okada. That very interesting accident earlier. Okay, look at the trio of cars here. I'm a little bit anxious about how it's going to play out for these guys. So we got the dress coming in. We got Lombardi 1:18.2. We got Makola 1:19.4. So yeah, it's got a few pretty slow times here. which is not looking too ideal. But again, there's still only the first half of the session, and we've got McCullough's hand off. Okay, so McCullough's off. Okay, so McCullough's gone for a spin. What happened to McCullough? Oh, on the outlap, McCullough had off here. Okay, what happened here? Did he go off on his own? Goes wide. Yeah, oh, he went completely off his own. There's Lombardi. Oh wow, well, thankfully missed Lombardi, but McCullough's really not gone too well for him here. And here we go, coming towards the end of this lap. Okay, Morrison in the pits. Yama's done 180.4. Okay, got time's going. Oh, Berger 180. Oh my goodness, what's happened to Berger's wing? Okay, I'm gonna replay Berger because, oh dear, what on earth? What happened to him? How does his wing get beat up like that? Must clearly had an accident somewhere. Going to this handle here. Oh wait, he went a bit wide at the barrier. Okay, I see. Alright, so halfway the session. Okay, this is quite chaotic. So McCullough's in danger going out. So is Berger. So is Okada, because Okada's still not set a time yet. But everyone's time seems to be relatively slow in the first group, which means Abraham's definitely in a good position to make it to the group qualifying. Lombardi goes into third with 160.0. He's not going to improve his time. It's definitely costing quite a bit. Gerhard Berger improves his time. He goes into third with a 150.7. That means Yama is now in danger going. So we've got both Japanese drivers in danger of elimination. And so it's off. And because there was a yell, it's Okada again. So Okada has had another crash. Okay, let's find Okada. Oh man, Okada's really struggled this track. He's really having a bad time here. That's him in the barrier. Okay, so I think Okada is probably going to end up going out. His teammate is definitely going to go out because he's quite a bit slower than Abraham's. And McCullough is way off the pace, 119.4. He's independable. He might come back out and try and put his time. Well, he will have to come back out and try and put his time if he wants to get to group qualifying along with his teammate Timo Salonen. Timo Salonen starts his flying lap as his teammate McCullough is coming out of the pits to do his out lap. Hopefully it's not going to hold on his teammate too much. So Okada stays spot back in the pits. So Okada is really going to be... I'd be surprised if Okada measures a lap time. With how much he seems to be struggling in this session, well, struggling with this track in general. I think the Japanese team are going to be really anxious to see, really anxious about what to do going forward. Because Yama hasn't had too great of a season, neither has Okada. I mean, Okada's best finish is 15th, so that was only the first round of the season in West Germany. Yama's best finish is 11th at Silverstone, so they have shown they can do well, but it's not really going to be enough for them. Lundegg, by the way, it goes into 4th, 150.9. Celsi in the bubble with a 180.1. Yama needs to find 3 tenths to beat Celsi. McCullough needs 1.3 seconds to beat Celsi. As McCullough starts his flying lap now, we're focusing on him for the time being. What can he do here? Oh, he locked up the brakes. Timo Salonen goes fastest, 114.7. And Stig Blomqvist beats at 140.5. Okay, so Blomqvist and Salonen are battling hard to reach up to win this pre-qualified group. Berger had... Oh, it said Berger had an off. Oh, he's just coming out of the pits, looks like. Okay, I'm not really sure what that error, that signal for might be a graphical error. Derek Warren goes into third with 14.8. McCullough half a second behind his teammate Blomqvist. No, half a second behind the Sweden Blomqvist. Sorry, his teammate Salonen's it'll be 3 tenths, not 2 tenths. But anyway, McCullough still needs to find 1.3 seconds to beat Celsi, but can he do that? I mean, first to 12th is separated by just under 5 seconds. Ian Duncan improves his time 116.1. in 8th position, ahead of TJ Shaw. Mansell goes faster than 130.9. Micola occurring at the final corner. Can he beat Celsi? Can he get to the top 10? And he's going to come across the line. 160.1. He goes into 9th, so that is Celsi the danger zone now. Jay Shaw of Kenya is now in the bubble. Still no sign of Hideki Okada on the board. 38 seconds left in the session to go. I think Okada may have had it. Yaya's in the pit, so Yaya is definitely out. Celsi is going to abandon the tie. He goes into the pit, so Celsi, he is definitely going to be out as well. So the question is it Micola, Shaw, or Okada going out? Where is Okada? 12 seconds left in the session to go. If Okada's not there, then that will mean Shaw's through, and so it's Micola, for sure. Okay, Jay Shaw, what can he do here in his final run for Kenya? Sector 1, 6/10 to the second down. The session is now officially over. Waiting for the rest of the finish. I got some dress coming to the pits. No sign of a casualty. The car is definitely not set a flying lap time. So car is definitely out for sure. So just gotta wait for everyone else to finish their final laps. Jay Shaw in sector 2 now. Look at the drive going to the finish line, see if anything's changed. Nothing has changed. Shaw to speed his way to the start finish line. Is he going to beat Micola though? Just for insurance he'll make it through. He improved his time but doesn't beat Micola, but he stays in the bubble. But it does not look like Okada's going to set a time at all, which means he is through. And the Barney goes third fastest right at the very end. Okay, so that was quite a session there. So Nigel Mansell wins the second group of pre-qualifying. Stig Blomqvist in second. Pierre-Alain Lombardi is third for Switzerland. Timo Sala takes fourth. Derek Warwick is in fifth with Gerhard Berger in sixth. Ireland takes seventh. Ian Duncan is eighth. Hannah Micola ninth. And the final driver to make it through is Jay Shaw of Kenya. Which means we say goodbye to Jose Celsi as he's nowhere near Abraham's time. And the two Japanese drivers, Okada's time is a 4:53.7. He did not set a flying lap time. I don't know what on earth what happened to Okada during the session. Okada just did not get settled on this track at all. But with that out of the way, it is now time for the group qualifying session. And here we go. We move swiftly over to our first group qualifying session. So we're going to see who is going to be the first 11 drivers to make it to the race. As we've got someone coming out of the pits, that is Paddy Davidson, the sixth and final deputy we had seen. As he's going first, he's going to set the benchmark for everyone else to try and beat. So let's focus on him and see what Davidson can do here. 10, 20, 21 pre-qualified drivers, essentially. Oh, John Nielsen's had a bit of an off. Oh, and Paddy Davidson was in the way. Need to go Davidson. John Nielsen just made a mistake. It's ruined it. Well, it's ruined Paddy Davidson's time because he had to be there when it happened. Okay, so that's not great for Paddy Davidson because I think he might have had a decent time in, but it's been ruined by John Nielsen's mistake. And we've gone off in the final corner of this track. Okay, so we got. Oh, that's the wrong button. Times. Right, get a replay. Need to replay. Oh, John Nielsen's off. Oh, we got 3 cars that are off here. Okay, that's interesting. So we got Nelson with Brazil. Nelson to Piquet's in this group. We got one of the Greek drivers. Oh, so Piquet completely lost in the last corner, and that's one of the Greek drivers. Well, which one is that? No, not Davidson. Costas lost his off. I'm guessing he lost it as well. Yeah, he completely. Oh wow, yeah. So he lost it as well. And of course, we saw John Nielsen as the British join the pile. Yeah, so he went off and pretty much goes right where Costas lost it. As Paddy Davidson goes past him. As Paddy Davidson's about to set the benchmark time, even though it's not going to be a quick one thanks to John Nielsen's error. It's a 1:17.7. It's not a bad time, but it could have been better if it wasn't for John Nielsen. Apostolo for Greece goes fastest. Mikael Eriksson 1:15.5. The man making his debut, and we've got another car that's gone off. Okay, so we're gonna get a replay. See who else it is that's gone off. Oh man, this is chaos. Oh, that's Boshi. Not Lost. Not Postolo. Not Salazar. Nielsen. Oh, Nigel okay, so it's Nigel Mansell has had off as well. Okay. And I guess he just, yeah, backs out. And just into the wall. Tries to turn around. Okay, doesn't hit anyone, thankfully, but still, that foul corner has proved to be a real killer for all these drivers here. So Ericsson leads, Apostolo is second, Pierre Chauvet of Austria, another driver making his debut in the F1 division, in third. Fourth is Alain Prost, Ian Duncan fifth for Kenya, sixth is Jan. That's always taking a collision between him and Alessandro Nannini. Oh good, oh my word, okay, so go aboard Lamas. What on earth happened to him and Nannini? Oh, contact between them, going in the corner. Lamas on the wall, bouncing in the air. Oh god, really quite the bounce he's had there. And Nannini just got Nannini there was a touch between Lamas and Nannini, and well, it just all went to hell for them there at that moment. Okay, so Paddy Dayson 7th, we got James Shaw 8th, Thierry Boutsen is the fastest now, 1:14.2 is his time. I think Lamas on the move for the lead spot. Okay, Lamas on the move, his time's going to be absolutely a night. It's going to be an absolute train wreck because of it. Davidson goes into second, 1:14.8, good time there, good time to make up for what happened in the first lap. Salazar 5th, Apostolo puts out 6th. We got Berger second for West Germany, so West Germany some good results here. Hannah McCullough goes into 7th as Jay Shaw's in the danger zone. Pierre Chauvet and Eddie Cheever? Okay. Oh, that's strange. What? Okay, Chauvet around the final corner. Oh! What is Cheever doing? Cheever just went straight into where Chauvet is. What on earth was he? What was that about? Okay. Eddie Cheever spins out. Oh, okay, makes a mistake. Tries to get turned around. Oh, okay, I see what's happened here. Cheever spun around. He tried to get out in the right direction, but just collected Chauvet in the process. Okay. Okay, that explains what happened. That was very, very bizarre. A very bizarre thing that happened here. So Cheers has despawned. He's out of the way now. Oh, Chauvet's tires completely destroyed. David Kennedy's hand off now. Okay, oh man, the incidents are coming thick and fast. Okay, what's happened to Kennedy here? Going to the corner. Go to the outside wall. Okay, that was completely on him now. I'm not understanding what that was about. Gerhard Berger 1:20.2. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he's had a really bad lap. I don't understand why Kennedy went so wide like that. That was completely on him. Joachim Mass in 14th position. He's not having a good session either. Okay. So Boutsen is leading. Berger is second. Third is Paddy Davidson. Michael Ericsson sitting fourth. Alessio Salazar is fifth. Apostolo 6th. McCullough 7th. Pierre Chauvet is 8th. John Nielsen is 9th. 10th is Alain Prost. Ian Duncan is in the bubble at the moment in 11th, with Jan Lammers in 12th. There's only 15 thousandths of a second separating them. Ian Duncan going about what? Oh, a bit of a slide there, but managed to hang in there. What's he going to do? He's going to go across the line. Is he going to improve his time? He's not going to improve his time, no. So we've got 4 drivers still yet to set a time. We've got Nelson Piquet. Okay. Kennedy's on the move. Well, he's on the move. He's moving really slowly though. Okay, Kennedy, you're just gonna have to pull over, because what on earth are you doing, Kennedy? Now, and he's bumped. Okay, so he's bumped. Well, someone's bumped into him. That's one of the Kennedy drivers. I'm guessing that is. Look at that. This is a completely dangerous place for David Kennedy to have his car. He needs to be. Okay, so he is going to be probably under investigation because of that. Because he should be driving like that. He should be off to the side. In fact, that's Joachim Mass. Okay, gets past him. Thankfully, doesn't crash into him. But that is really, really dangerous of David Kennedy here. That is so dangerous. Gerhard Berger improved his time 19.6, but he's still the slowest of the drivers at time. And now Gerhard Berger is crashed in the pit lane. Okay, so that was I'm just assuming he was trying to put. He's got a bit pushing too hard, got too eager, and it's just completely screwed himself over there. As Chiba, we see him on going down sector 2. What can he do here for the United States? He's had a bit of a spin out. Oh, yeah, collects Jan Lammers in the process. Thierry Boutsen is there as well. Okay, so oh man, that is really unfortunate for Chiba. Oh man, he was onto a decent lap as well. Just that last corner, completely got him. Nelson Piquet is going really slowly as well. I'm guessing he's got a problem with his car as well. But he's not going as precisely slowly as David Kennedy here. Let's David Kennedy. Oh my goodness. Again, really dangerous place to catch him out in. As we've got about 2 minutes left of this session to go. As it stands at the moment, Salazar in the way. And it's surprising to see Mansell down in 15s, Berger is 19s, Piquet 20s. They're all in danger going out. I mean, okay, let's start Piquet. He's got badly. His car is completely wrecked. Berger, I'm surprised he's not doing very well. Mansell, I'm surprised he's not doing well either. Where's Joachim Mass? He's going down sector. Okay, he's going down, turning down sector 1, and Berger's had a big off, and that might just ended his session right there. Joachim Mass, 800 second faster. George Fauci improved his time. Is in 12th. He's a 10th slower than Alain Prost. It's not quite enough for him to get into the top 11 places, and Mass's time has been slowed down because of Nelson Piquet. So Piquet could be in a spot baller himself. Oh, good grief. This is really bad. So Piquet and... Okay, that's David Kennedy. Okay, so Joe Mass managed to follow David Kennedy. Current the start finish line. What's his time going to be? Well, it's a 160.4, so he's able to get in the top 10. That pushes Prost out in the danger zone. Nielsen's in the bubble now for Denmark. So he's down sector 1. Prost is down sector 2. So he's on the move. So Prost, can he get back in the top 11 places and get a spot into the race and push Nielsen out? Let's say that. Oh, what is this? I know it's David Kennedy, but what is going on here? Well, that screwed Alain Prost over, whatever that was. Yeah, a lot of what do you even describe this? This is atrocious of Piquet and Kennedy here. John Nielsen wasn't caught in that, but he's about aboard the lap anyway. He's well, I guess he doesn't think he would have improved his time anyway. So Nielsen, he's sitting in the bubble right now, but Prost is on a final run. What can Prost do here? Joachim Mass goes into third, 114.755. So good job there for Joachim Mass. He's right behind his teammate Schneider. Gets ahead of Paddy Davison. Paddy Davison, a great debut for him. Fourth in his first qualifying group. Well, first group qualifying he's ever done. He's in fourth. Good job there for him. Alain Prost though, just got to be 2/10 faster to try and beat John Nielsen and put the Dane out. As I say, Jan Lammers goes to the second, and he pushes Nielsen out. So Chauvet's in the ball. So Chauvet could be eliminated by Prost. And that's exactly what happened. Prost goes into fifth. Chauvet goes. He's on the track right now. Mansell is in the bubble now, so he could be going out if Chauvet gets a good time in. If he finishes his lap time, oh, it's going to be slow. I don't think he would. He's going to board the lap anyway. That is the end of the session. What a final twist to that session that was. Okay, so Thierry Boutsen, the fastest in this group. Jan Lammers takes second, right at the very end of the session. Good time there from the Dutchman. The two West Germans are third and fourth. Alain Prost takes fifth. Paddy Davison, a good debut for him in sixth. Michael Eriksson in his F1 debut is seventh. Alessio Salazar for Chile is eighth. Apostolo goes ninth for Greece. Hannah McCall is 10th on his return to the F1 division, and Nigel Mansell takes the final spot in this group qualifying to take 11th, which means we say goodbye to Pierre Chauvet, John Nielsen, George Fauché, Ian Duncan, David Kennedy. Will probably be is going to be a whole lot of trouble after what happened this session. Costas Loss is out, Jaden Shaw is also out, Gerhard Berger and Nelson Piquet. A massive shock to see those two drivers are out. Eddie Cheever, this has not been a session for him at all. Alessandro Nini, an absolute disaster right from the off for the Italian. So with that out of the way, it's now time to go over to the second group qualifying session. And here we go, it's the second group for group qualifying. What's going to happen here? Are we going to have as much drama as we did the last group? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Is Philippe Street's going to go out and set the benchmark for everyone to try and beat? He's eager to get out there and, well, make it to the race for France. But it's helped out some drivers who have struggled this season and pretty much done over those of that. And we've had an incident already in the pit lane. Okay, something's happened in the pit lane already. We've barely really started. Okay, what's going on in the pit lane? Okay, something's happened. I can't see what it is. Could it start? Okay, no. Okay, he's gonna see what's happening. Hang on, come on, let me focus on someone who... There we go. Oscar Rui and Carlos Sainz. Oh, okay, so Lari's crashed in the pit lane, and there goes Carlos Sainz. Okay, so Lari is actually blocking the pit lane. That's what's happened. Oh, that's a... Well, this is gonna be a... Well, okay, so I can tell this is already gonna be a dramatic session. And we've barely started. Philippe Streif, he's on his starting his fly lap now, but a lot of the drivers aren't going to be able to do that because, well, Larue completely blocked up the pit lane because he crashed into it. Well, he gets past Pierre de Daune and he's now doing his fly lap now. But it looks like they've managed to finally clear the pit lane so everyone else can go back, can get on the track now and actually do a lap time. As Philippe Street's coming down sector 2, we've got 9.5 minutes left of the session. It looks like everyone is on the track now. And it looks like we've got this. Looks like we've got this right. Oh! Philippe Street managing to get past whoever it is. We'll get a replay in a second as Philippe Street specified the benchmark time, and it is a 1:15.7, which seems like a really decent time there. Okay, let's now get a replay to see who that was that had crashed. Okay, it's Derek Warwick. Okay, so Derek Warwick spins into the barrier. Okay, so just went too fast. I mean, I swear this is caught a lot of drivers to say this last corner. Larry Perkins, a 1:16.5 is his time. It seems pretty decent. Electric High with 1:15.055. We've had another incident. Just occurred the first hairpin. Abraham's 1:17.1, Alboreto 1:50.0. Okay, let's get replay, see what's happened. Who is it, please? It is... Oh, it's by Rahul. Okay, so Rahul... Who's that next to him? That is Philippe Streif. Oh! Contact between Streif! Okay, don't know why I didn't get a warning about Streif having an incident. I guess because he's still moving, but... Okay, so I think this is a really bad place to try and make a pass. Okay, so... Yeah, that's why you don't overtake here, because this happens. Just went completely off. So hopefully Rahul can get back, get back on the track. Larry Parkinson's had off, and Peter Dode's gone off as well. Aaron said 1:20.5. That's a really slow time there. Okay, what happened to Parkins this time? Now, oh, Peter Dode's had spun out. Is that Ari Lundick that's with him? What happened to him in Lundick? Okay, so we're done. Coming around the next, Turn the right hander. It goes off like what? Oh, he seems to have lost steering. Check it back on. Oh, he smacks it. Big impact there between him and Ludwig. Ludwig just completely smacked into him. I can't believe it because the dude just went cutting across the track, and Perkins got sideswiped in it as well. That was a major accident there. That was a bit reckless. That was careless of the dude for sure. So Ludwig, Perkins, and the dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, we've had with an instance of the last corner as well. Who is that? Is that still Warwick? No, it's Lombardi this time. Okay, so Lombardi, yeah, loses it, spins round, and goes into the gravel trap. Thankfully, didn't catch anyone else with him. Okay, so we've had quite a lot of accidents already. I think hang on, is that Rahul? Is that another? No, another driver's had an accident next to the hairpin. It looks like. Oh man, okay, so yeah, this is accident galore this session. Okay, it's still by Rahul. Oh, I see. Okay, so you cut across the track. Duxbury goes into fourth for South Africa amidst all of this. So we got 7 drivers with a tie. Let's go time in. Hybrid leads. Alboreto is second, only 0.02 of a second separating them. Third is Philip Streif, and now we've got another accident. Yeah, there's another. Okay, so we got another off. Okay, so we need to get replays and find out who those drivers are. Oh man, lots of. And was that the donut? That's the same corner. Before there's Lombardi. That's so it's the other Swissman. That's Solomon. Oh wow, he got smacked. He smacked impact between him. And I think that was Laruri that he smacked. Yeah, that is Laruri. There is a few other drivers as well. It looks like, thankfully, no one else is caught. Well, Big Bob has slowed down, but it looks like no one else got caught up in it, which is a relief. Okay, so Heimrich is... Okay, so we've now got Senna in danger going out. Laruri's in the bubble for Argentina. Okay, Thorkin firing is 10, and Senna's hand off. Okay, Senna's off. Okay, this is oh man, this is really hard to focus, especially with all this drama going on. Okay, coming out of this corner, Senna goes a bit wide. Oh, right is where Solomon is. John Jones hits Solomon, so Solomon's on the move. It looks like. Derek Daly is 5th for Ireland. Louis Pascal goes fastest of 114.8. So, some good news. John Jones is 12th. He goes in the danger zone, right behind Possum is in the bubble for New Zealand. There goes Carlos Sainz to make his way across the finish line. Can he improve his time of 130.8? And yeah, that is Solomon that's holding up the traffic. Yeah, no. Okay, so then we'll try to get past Solomon. Solomon does a 246.0, Ludwig 241.3, the Doan 230. Well, I think the Doan's 255. I don't think he's crossed the line at all. 208.9. Oh, okay, we got. I think that was John Jones. Salah goes even faster with a 130.5. What about John Jones after that little incident there? 170.6. He pushes Possum in the danger zone. Blomqvist goes in the bubble now. As Possum's making his way down the first sector. 36.0. 3 seconds down, so he's been held up quite badly. Timo Solomon goes into second. 140.3, but now we've got Solomon in the way. Solomon's going to need to get off the road because he is really holding up a lot of the drivers. That's Lundek, who's there's Lundek over there. Derek Warwick is the last driver to set. Ty goes into 9th. Arthur Abrahams is 10th. So we've got both Australians in the top 11, which is exactly what Australia needs because they've got this round and the next round before the lowest placed teams eliminated. Right now, that's them. So the fact that they are in the top 11 is helpful. Possibly improves his time. He goes to the 12. He gets ahead of Carlos Sainz, but it's not enough to get him to get past John Jones. Carlos Sainz did not improve his time. Oh, there's lots of stuff happening here. Where is Solomon? He is clogging up the route coming towards the hairpin. This is not a good place to be. And Sainz has been held up. Ludwig's been held up. Oh, he's holding all the drive. So Solomon could be in. Yeah, I think it's fair to say Solomon is going to be probably penalised, much like Kennedy is, because Kennedy and Piquet did the same, pretty much a similar thing. Even the Championship League is not immune to this. And Ludwig, oh my goodness, what's happened to Ludwig? Ludwig just went airborne. What? Okay, what happened to Ludwig? Was he hit by someone? What? Oh, that would have been a very, very scary accident there for Ludwig. Crashing down. Oh man, hopefully he's all right. But that would have been a really, really scary accident there for our Ludwig. My goodness. That's Peter Dillon. He's off the road. Oh man, I think his steering's broken. Rahal starting his flying lap. 2:34.8 his time. He's got a lot of ground to make up. He's going to make up about 1 minute 17 seconds is what he's going to make up to try and get in the top 11, try and beat John Jones. As we've got about just over 3.5 minutes left of the session to go. But I see, looking at the map where Solomon is, he's going to really be an absolute nightmare to all the drivers on the track, which is completely ridiculous. And he's killed up by Rahal. He's in the middle of the road. Get out of the way, Solomon. Really? What is this, Solomon? The ridiculousness continues. It's Aaron Senna's had. Okay, Senna's off. Okay, so off goes Senna. What happened to him? I'm guessing he just went too wide. Yeah, he went wide. Did he catch anyone? Oh, he hit him. And so is Ludwig Heinrich. Okay, well, to be fair, it's not like Senna went cut across the road. He's just where his car stopped. Had to stop after that massive spin there. The Rui goes into 15th, but he's in the danger zone still with 3 minutes left of the session to go. With Senna in the danger, I'm surprised Senna's not really having a bad season. Bad Olympic season here. By Rahal, just going across the finish line. Oh man, it's a shame that his lap time got ruined, but he will improve his time in position at least. He goes into 18th, 122.9, but if it wasn't for Solomon, he probably would have been in the top 11. But by Rahal, going to go for another run. It looks, hopefully he's going for another run. We've got 2.5 minutes left of the session to go. Got a few drivers in the pits. Hopefully they'll come back out. As they've got enough time. They've still got just about enough time to do it. As by Rahal's making his way down Sector 1. What is his time going to be in Sector 1? It's a 33.4, so he is still quite a bit off Parasol's pace. And once again, Solomon in the way. Like, really, Solomon? Really? Well, that's ruined Rahal again, and Laruri goes into the bubble now. 170.3, that pushes John Jones in the danger zone. Abrahams goes 160.5, he goes into 9th, gets ahead of Derek Warwick. This is good news for Australia. It gives them a fighting chance to get out of the last position. So we've got 1.5 minutes left of the session left to go. I think it's very thing to do. Ludwig and Sainz are not going to go back out. They don't have enough time to. So that'll be. So they're definitely. The three of them are definitely out. Derek Daly's had an incident. Goes into the barrier. Okay, so what happened to Daly here? Contacting him and Louis Peresala. Okay. Okay, what happened here? Oh, Sal trying to do a lap time. Okay. Again, don't want to try and make an overtake there, because that's just what happens. You just catch each other out like that. Not ideal at all. Right, Hal going for one more run. It looks like well, I don't think he's going to have enough time to. He might just barely have enough time for one more lap after this, but I don't think it's going to happen. We've got less than a minute left of the session. We've got 50 seconds left of the session to go. This is definitely going to be Rahal's last chance, but Lombardi, no, not Lombardi, Solomon is still on that track. He's causing a major disruption. He's going to be he's for sure going to be penalised for the amount of disruption he's caused in this group. Lombardi put his time goes into 18th, 120.5. It's not enough, but still could do one more run, and well, that's pretty much sealed Raul's fate there. Wow, Solomon, you really like to mess up the other drivers, and Solomon and Warwick have kind of coming together there. I think Persat may have lost in the final corner, and Warwick has collected them. Persat, yeah, goes a bit wide, goes for a spin, hits the barrier, tries to turn round, and here comes Warwick. Boom, right in the side of him there. But Persat is the fastest on this. Is definitely the fastest lap on this group, and he's going to be the winner of this group. Watching Lombardi, he goes through sector 1, he's 33.5 the time. Raul put his time, he goes to the 13th, but again, he would have easily been the top 11 if it wasn't for flipping Antoine Solomon having to destroy everyone's lap times. So Barry's trying to get past Leroy, because Leroy's is the one in the bubble. John Jones improved his time, but it's not enough to beat Leroy, so John Jones is out. Lombardi not able to get past Leroy here, so Leroy may have knocking Lombardi out of this group. And I say that, well, Lombardi's own teammate Solomon would have done that for him. As here comes Lombardi across the start finish line. Cannot, well, he improved his time, but it's only 15th, but he could have been top 11 if it wasn't for his own teammates screwing him over. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. So we're coming towards the end of this session. Just going to see what will happen at this point. I imagine Solomon is going to be it's going to keep this going for a while, for sure. And that is the end of this session. So, Louis Persat wins the second group with a time of 1:30.5. Team Masala takes second for Finland. In third, it's Ludwig Heimuth of Canada. Alboreto takes fourth, the championship leader. Streif is fifth. Graham Duxbury is in sixth for South Africa. Derrida south. More importantly, the two Australians are 8th and 9th, which they really needed for this race and for the next one. Gerhard takes 10th, and the final driver to qualify for the race is Oscar Leroy, which means we say goodbye to John Jones, Possum, Carlos Sainz, Pierre Lombardi, Stig Blomqvist, Thorkell Thiering, Boy Rahal, Ayrton Senna, Pierre Dodon, Lundig, and Antoine Solomon, who is more likely going to be under investigation. So with that out of the way, it's now time to move over to the grid positions and see where everyone will begin. And it's onto the grid. It's Louis Persat in pole position with Thierry Boutsen alongside him. On the second row is Timo Salen and Jan Lammers in his home race. Row 3, the two West German drivers, followed by Alain Prost and Paddy Davidson of New Zealand. Then it's Heinrich and Alboreto that lock out the 5th row. 11th is Michael Eriksson, 12th is Philippe Streif. In 13th is Graham Duxbury, Alessio Salazar is 14th, then it's Derek Daly and Apostle in row 8, followed by Hannah McCullough and Nigel Mansell down in 18th, 19th and 20th the two Australian drivers, and at the back of the grid is Derek Warwick and Oscar Leroy. With an impressive lead from Michele Alboreto, can he maintain this lead in the championship? He's ahead of Nigel Mansell, who's further down the field, who's second in the standings. Without further ado, let's get into the race and find out. And here we go, it's the race around the Netherlands with Louis Persat taking pole, with Thierry Boutsen in second, Timo Salen and Jan Lammers on the second row. With Australia's Larry Parkins and Arthur Abrahams qualifying for the race in 90th and 20th, this could be their last chance to get Australia out of the bottom place in 25th and thus risk being eliminated at the end of this round. With Portugal and Kenya not making it to the race, all Australia needs to do is have one driver finish the race, regardless if it's 22nd or not, because Portugal's best result is 31st at Le Mans. And without further ado, let's get to this race and find out what will happen here if we'll get this race in the Netherlands underway. And here we go. 4 laps of the Netherlands is underway now. It's a good start for Louis Parsala, holding on to the lead. It's quite foggy here at Stanford, so hopefully it's not going to cause too much problems to try to watch the race. But Louis Parsala looks like they're hit the lead. Two Buses going to hang on to second, Sala in third. And we've got Berger in fourth. And we've got drivers off. We've gone off already. Someone's had a spin. Try to see who it is. Well, whoever it was is still on the road. It's going to follow the car to the pits. We'll get a replay now, see who it was that went off the road there. I think it was Schneider who started 5th. Let's see. Who went off? It's definitely, I think it's definitely one of the West German drivers, Jan Lammers. Well, he kept it together indeed, but yeah, a bit of a contact between him and Jan Lammers. That was quite a difficult part of the track to try and overtake, but Parsala leads the way. Boots is second, Saladin is third, Lammers fourth, Schneider hanging on to 5th, Joachim Mass is 6th, 7th is Alan Prost, Michele Alboreto is up into 8th. We've got Paddy Davidson for New Zealand 9th, and Mikael Eriksson rounding off your top 10 positions for Sweden. So we go look out for the Australian drivers. Abrahams is 17th, and where is the other Aussie? Larry Parkins down 21st, been passed by Nigel Mansell. But according to the tricky section of the track, this is where a lot of drivers were caught out during qualifying. Hopefully everyone will make it around the track safely. It looks like everyone's going to make it through that corner safely because, oh man, if you saw the qualifying, just the amount of chaos that last corner had just took out so many drivers, especially on their flying laps. But the field is already starting to spread out a bit. As Louis Parsala is nearly a second ahead of the Belgian of Thierry Boutsen. Go. So looking at the championship standings as we're on the second lap of the race, Louis Parsala, who leads this race, try to find him on the standings. He is 13th overall. He's DNQ'd 3 races, Spain, Belgium. He didn't even pre-qualify in West Germany, but he's got a second place finish in Silverstone, which is what's helped him keep him in the top 15 positions. But of course, getting 3 bonus points for qualifying pole is also a bonus. Spain are 6th in the nation's competition. They're behind France, but ahead of Canada. Because Canada's got 1 driver in this race, that's Ludwig Heimer, who's sitting in 12th, with Philippe Streif right in front of him in 11th. As about to start lap 3, Sala does a 1:15.4. Is anyone going to beat that time? Doesn't look like anyone's going to get close to beating Louis Parsala's time, and Sala is about a second ahead of Boutsen now, with we've got an overtake towards the back. That looks like Mansell and McCullough for 18th place. Oh no, it's McCullough and Abrahams for 19th, sorry. So Hannah McCullough is first race since 1984 in the F1 division after being dropped for Ari Vatanen. But Ari Vatanen's been dropped for Hannah McCullough this Olympic season, so a bit of a role reversal there, you can see. It's looking down the championship leader, that's Michele Alboreto in 8th with 87 points, who's got a 25-point lead over Nigel Mansell, which means Nigel Mansell, even if he won the race and Alboreto got nothing, with the carrot back would go in Alboreto's favour, because he's got 2 second place finishes compared to Nigel Mansell's 3rd place finishes, even though they have 1 win apiece. Nigel Mansell winning his home race in Britain, while Alboreto winning in France. As Thierry Boutsen is closing in on Louis Parsala, the gap went from 1 second to half a second. And Boutsen sets the fastest lap with a 1:15.1. Nearly a second faster than Saladin, who sits in 3rd. Looking down, doesn't look like anyone's going to get close to beating Boutsen's time. Lammers were faster than Saladin at last lap, so maybe Lammers might be able to do something here in his home race. I mean, the Netherlands have been really struggling this season, and they are the second lowest placed team to have a driver qualify. They're 22nd in the standings with the best place of 24th at Le Mans. So they're in danger of going out at the end of the 12th round. So this could be, if Lammers does well here, it might be able to get the Netherlands out of the bottom 5 spots and into the top 20. Well, to be one of the 20 teams to make it to the final 4 races of the season, because at the end of the 12th round, 5 teams will have been eliminated. with the first one being eliminated round 8, 2 more after round 10, and the last 2 at the end of round 12. As we're on lap 4, we're about to start lap 5 of 47 already. It's definitely going to be nail biting to see what happens here, with Alboreto needing a good result to try and keep his lead strong in the Drivers' Championship. I think the highest placed driver apart the drivers that could possibly put a risk to him as it stands right now is probably, oh, look at those. Actually no, not really, because everyone that's ahead of him are, apart from Thierry Boutsen, so I guess Thierry Boutsen could be the only one that could take a good chunk out of Alboreto, but I say that Thierry Boutsen is 7th in the stats with 32 points, so he's 55 behind Alboreto, so it would take a chunk of the gap between them, but not that significant. It wouldn't be as significant as I probably am thinking, but I think it could be a good sign of things to come. Depends how Alboreto does for the rest of the season, but we'll just have to find out in due course. Anyway, we're on lap 5 of 47. Everyone's still in the race, thankfully. First the 20 seconds, up by 22.5 seconds. Any potential battles here? Not the more the front, not the front anyway. But we do have Michael Eriksson chasing Paddy Davidson, 2 drivers making their F1 debuts in this season of the Formulalympics season. As Michael Eriksson trying to chase down the New Zealander. Davidson did a 160.9, while Eriksson only did about 6,000 of a second faster. He's right behind the New Zealander, so maybe he might find his way through if able to. Try to get some good points for himself and for Sweden, trying to make a good first impression. And he's got Philippe Struve right behind him in 11th. The man who was leading the F2 division this before the season until France sacked Jean-Louis Schleifer after 2 really disappointing rounds. And Philippe Struve looking like he might try to make the move on Michael Eriksson for 10th position. He's right behind him. That's going to put some pressure on the Swede to try and get past Paddy Davidson before that happens. But it looks like Ludwig Heinrich might be trying to do this, try to find a way through the Frenchman as well for 11th, with Graham Duxbury of South Africa sitting watching on. It doesn't look like it. But it doesn't look like they're going to find a way through for the time being. As we're on to lap 7 of 47 now. Oh, everyone going to the 115s now, so they are going a bit faster. Well, I'll say that Alboreto was 2 seconds faster than Paddy Davidson at last lap. So Davidson's kind of holding up the field that's behind him at the moment. We'll see what happens in the next few laps. Maybe they'll find a way past them and try to close in on Alboreto, who's approached a bit of a no man's land in 8th place. Meanwhile, the 2 Aussies are still in the race. They're 20th to 21st, with Perkins just getting past his teammate for 20th. The only driver behind him is Oscar Leroy, who started last in this race in 22nd. Going into the second sector is Michael Eriksson. Going to try to make a move here? Not yet. So we're still trying to put a bit of pressure on Paddy Davidson, while under a bit of pressure from Philippe Struve and a bit of pressure from the Canadian of Ludwig Heinrich. But I think Paddy Davidson may have just pulled a small gap between him and Eriksson for now to try and hold on to his 9th place. As Philippe Struve probably try to put a bit more pressure on the Swede, try to make it force him into a mistake. But at the moment does not look like it's working. As Louis Persson and Boutsen's approach pulled away from the rest of the field, there's only a couple of tenths of a second separating them. So it's definitely a feisty battle for the lead of this race between the Belgian and the Spaniards. This would help their teams out massively in the nation's competition, as Spain are sitting in 6th place with 33 points, which is 48 less than first place, and there's only 3 points separating Spain and Belgium, who have 30 points, which means they are 51 points down on the lean team, which is Italy, who have 81 points. Let's go ahead and start lap number 9 of 47. Let's keep an eye at the back end of the points positions. There's definitely a bit of pressure building between with Streif and Ericsson. Big pressure got Michele Alboreto try to close in on Alain Prost for 7th, who've got the two West German drivers in front of him, sitting in 5th and 6th place at the moment, with Berger in 5th. As Berger is 8th in the championship standings, while Joachim Mass is sitting in 28th position with only 2 points so far. Meanwhile, the two Aussies, there is Larry Parkinson 20th. He's pulled quite a bit away from his teammate Arthur Abrahams and Oscar Rui are at the back end of the field. As we're getting closer to start lap number 10. There's Alboreto trying to chase down Alain Prost in the moment, sitting in 8th place. I mean, his championship lead will be secure because Mansell is in 18th as well outside the points. But he would probably want to try to extend it a bit more than just 4 points, just to keep his championship lead secure. Okay, very down here goes Michele Ericsson. Going to try to make the move on Piquet Davidson, and is Ericsson going to make the move? Stick going to the inside line, and it looks like Ericsson has made his way into 9th, so that is a good move there from the Swede. Now, can Philly Streif to the seat with Piquet Ericsson? He's got Ludwig Heimer still right behind him, trying to put some peer pressure on, and we've gone off. And Derek Warwick is at the back end of the field, has gone off. Okay, so let's get a replay of Derek Warwick. What happened to him? This is teammate Nigel Mansell trying to make the move on him. This has been for 17th position. And going to the inside. Oh, teammates have collided. Oh, nearly took out Mikola with them. Okay, so that explains what happened to Warwick. He just slight touch, and that was enough for him to go to the wall. So that is Warwick out of the race. The position gained for the Aussies is more importantly for their fates in the nation's competition. So Larry Parker's going to 19th and Abrahams in 20th. As you see, Michele Alboreto already pulling away from Piquet Davidson. And meanwhile, Louis Parasol's now over a second ahead of Thierry Boutsen now, so he's pulled quite a bit of a gap. Oh, bold move there from Philippe Streif there, a bit too bold. No, that slowed Streif down a little bit. A lot of cameras seem to have been affected by it because Davidson's pulled a bit of a small gap out of that. Philippe Streif is coming right back in the action, and it looks like he's going to try and make the pass for 10th. And Philippe Streif has gone and done so, so that is Davidson down out of the points in 11th. Okay, managed to get through that safely. It would be a big ask for Piquet Davidson to score points in his debut for New Zealand, but it would still be a really good result for him. If I even qualified for the race to begin with, must be an achievement in itself, with how feisty this field of drivers is in this Olympic season. There's Alboreto still trying to chase down Alain Prost, not able to find his way through at the moment. Not ideal, you can see. Piquet Davidson still under a bit of pressure from Heinrich. Ludwig Heinrich. As Graham Duxbury is pretty much sitting back watching on, as there is Salazar and Apostolo battling each other for 14th position. As we're on to lap 12 of 47, so the laps we're going past these laps quick and fast. But there's definitely a lot of tension in this race for sure, as Streif is now trying to chase down Michele Ericsson. And Paddy Dace under a bit of pressure. Ludwig if it's Ludwig going to make the move on them and get into 11th. Looks like it. And yeah, Ludwig has got past the New Zealanders, so that is Heinrich into 11th place. Okay, so Davison, well, being it's only his debut, is starting to kind of show that he's not had that much time in the car because, well, Streif and Ericsson and Heinrich have probably been in their cars for their teams a lot longer than Davidson, so it's kind of starting to show. Ericsson was in the F2 division, well, New Zealand didn't have an F2 team this season. But anyway, we're getting to lap 13 of 47, and Parcel and Boutsen pretty much still battling for the lead of the race, so everyone else is quite a bit away from the field. Timo Salen trying to pull away from Jan Lammers, so he'd pretty much be a bit of no man's land, sitting in 3rd place. I was looking further down the field. Looking at Davison 2 seconds slower than Heinrich in that last lap, so it kind of shows Davison's kind of lacking a bit of pace in this track, which is to be fair, as he is still relatively new to the F1 division. But there's Louis Persala and Team Boutsen, 7/10 of a second now separating them. So not much to commentate on for the race, I don't think, because the field is relatively spread out. But Larry Parkins, meanwhile, has called to Hannah McCullough, who's sitting in 18th position. So Larry Parkins tries to see if he can get a good result. But of course, if he wants to get Australia into the top 20 positions, well, Greece are sitting 20th, they got the last spots, but they have 4 points after an 8th place finish, thanks to Kostas loss in the first race in West Germany. So it's going to be a very big ask for him to go from 19th all the way up to 8th to get 4 points and to get them ahead of Greece and push Greece into being danger ground after the 12th round of the season. But being the Formulalympics, anything is possible. Felix Streif losing a bit of pace there to Ludwig Heinrich. Heinrich is kind of 2/10 off Streif, though there is nearly a 3-second gap separating them at the moment, as he's trying to chase down Michael Eriksson, who's sitting in 9th. But they've got an 8-second gap to the next place driver, which is Alboreto, by about 8 seconds. So, going quite the push needed to cut that gap down. As Thierry Boutsen still right behind Louis Persal, but it's not close enough to try and get to the lead of the race. Must be frustrating for him and for the Belgian team, as Thierry Boutsen 7th in the championship standings compared to Louis Persal, who's sitting in 13th. It looks like Michele Alboreto may be closing I think Michele Alboreto may be cutting the gap down to Alboreto just a little bit. So maybe, just maybe, Ericsson might actually catch up to the current championship leader later in this race. 150.6 is Alboreto's last time, was Ericsson's. 3.6. 150.5, so he's cut a 10th down. It's a personal best lap as well. And it's 2 tenths faster than Philippe Streif for that last lap. Pretty much what he's needed to try and catch up to the rest of the field. With that crosswipe behind Jochen Mask, let's see if we can try to move on the West German. Oh, not able to do it this time, but that was quite a brave move there. As Alboreto sitting back watching on, trying to see if he can get somehow involved in the action, but not able to do it for the time being. As Berger try closing on Jan Lammers for 4th position, try to get West Germany back in the running to defend their title in the nation's competition. As they're sitting in 9th position, they've been really having a bad season in the nation's competition. They're getting Ayrton Senna, the individual champion of 1984, well, he's had a really bad 1988 Formulalympics season. He's sitting in 10th with only 23 points, but we've still got another half. We've still got 9 races after this, so it's like, so it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely showing that he is struggling to defend this title here in the Formulalympics season. We're on to lap 16 of 47 now, so doesn't look like there's going to be any much more drama for the time being, but drama can happen anytime and anywhere. As Hannah McCullough tries to get past Nigel Mansell for 17th, but not able to do so. Let's see, Business second, still trying to catch up to Louis Persal, but not able to do so. Louis Persal, not really able to pull away from two Boutsen either, so just pretty much cancelling each other out with trying to pull away or try to chase each other. In fact, Louis Persal was 2 times faster than Boutsen at last lap, to be fair. Prost right behind Joker Mass, we could see he can try and make the move on him once again, maybe try and get into 6th place. But there's Alboreto right behind him. Now Joker Mass started to pull a bit of a gap between him and Prost, so Prost not going to be able to find his way through this time round. That would stop him from trying, but well, not going to work out this time for him. So getting on to lap 18 of 47. Boutsen managed to cut the gap between him and Louis Persal by 0.3 of a second, trying his best to try and close in on Louis Persal, but they're just not able to close in or pull away from each other, so it's pretty much the gaps has pretty much remained the same throughout this race so far. So it must be maddening for Thierry Boutsen to not be able to just close in on the Spaniards. Looking for a down exit. I think he's closed the gap down in Alboreto a wee bit even further, but not really enough to be significant that could help him out for the race, unless pit stops went his way, I suppose. But you have to rely on pit stops to go in his favour for it to really work. Looking back down the field, not too much is going on. I mean, Larry Parker still in the back behind with Nicola, but not able to do much else for the time being. As we're getting up to, we're getting close to the halfway mark. We're coming to lap 20. Do I think it's going to be any overtakes for the pit stops? Probably not, but you never know. Because overtaking seems to be quite difficult in a lot of this course. Let's say that I think Graham Duxbury maybe try to find his way past Paddy Davison for 12th. And Michele Alboreto did a personal best of 1:15.2, 6 times faster than Streif on that last lap. Okay, so the gas is only about 4 seconds. Okay, so he's definitely closing in on Alboreto quite a bit now. So Ericsson pushing hard, but he's got a lot of ground to cover to try and catch up to Alboreto for 8th place. And Prost still struggling to try and find his way past the West German of Jochen Mass, who is right behind his teammate Berger sitting in 5th place. So it's Lupe Salin now got 1.1 second gap. Boots in 2nd. Timo Salin started for Finland. Jan Lammers 4th. Berger 5th. Jochen Mass 6th. Alan Prost 7th. Michele Alboreto 8th. Michael Eriksson 9th. And Philippe Streif rounding off your top 10 positions as we go to start lap 21 of 47. So we're edging closer to the halfway mark of this race. 150.7 is Boots is Perez's last lap, 4 tenths faster than Thierry Boutsen with a 116.1. But Timo Salin was 2 tenths faster than the Belgian as well, with Lammers almost setting an identical time to Salin, but only 0.02 of a second separating them. Well, Michael Eriksson nearly a full second faster than Alboreto though, so he's closing in even further by quite a margin. So it's now about 3.3 seconds separating him and the Italian. That's going to be worrying for Alboreto, as we've got Nigel Mansell's had a bit of an off. Let's let McCullough go past. So McCullough's up into 17th ahead of the man who's sitting 2nd in the Drivers' Championship. This is not a good race for Nigel Mansell for sure. And we've got another overtake with Salazar being passed by Apostolo. So we've got overtakes happening up in the field by Duxbury, and Paddy Davis has been caught up to a lot of the drivers that are behind him in this race. And Paddy Davis is under quite a bit of pressure about it, but don't think he's really able to do anything about it for now. So it's definitely going to be a bit of drama towards the back end of the field for sure, as we're about to start lap 23, so we're almost we're on to lap 22, sorry. And we're almost at the halfway mark of this race. Absolutely nail-biting stuff in the back end of the points. The front end is pretty much settled for the time being, especially the train of cars not really able to close enough to try and make passes on each other. Okay, checking those in the back in the field. Oh god, so try to make a pass, but I don't think it's worked out for them. It doesn't not look like it anyway. Looking at the we've got somebody to make a move. That is McCullough trying to make the move on Derek Daly of Ireland for 16th position. Is McCullough going to be able to pull it off? Well, he's going for it. It looks like he has succeeded, but the Irishman is coming back for more. Oh, bit of a contact there, and there goes Derek Daly's Ireland off. Derek Daly's off. Can he get back on the track? Yes, he does. But he drops down to 18th. The slight bit of touch there, and that sent Derek Daly off the road. Very, very risky part of the track to try and pass or try to defend or pass. As we're now onto lap 23 of 47, so we're almost at the halfway mark. One more lap and we're into the second half of this race, and then the question is going to be when pit stops might happen. In fact, here comes Berger now to make the move on Jan Lammers of the Netherlands. This is for 4th. And Berger has gone and taken the possession, looks like, but Jan Lammers is right there. Contact. Lammers goes off, getting it back on the track. And he's been spun by Jochen Mass. Okay, contact everywhere, but oh no, Jan Lammers has stopped. I think that's Lammers out of the race. Just ping-ponged with a lot of the drivers. Ericsson's caught up to Alboreto because of that. Oh, it's a disaster for Jan Lammers. This is not the result. The Netherlands needed some points to try and get themselves out of the danger zone. I mean, he's back on the track, but he's dropped to 11, so that's an absolute disaster for the Netherlands. Slight bit of touch there in that last corner. That last corner is just it's caused problems for a few drivers. Not to mention Derek Ward, because it was led to his DNFing this race. It's Michael Eriksson now going to see if we can try and get past the Italian for 7th, with Streif 9th and Ludwigheimer 10th thanks to that. So we're on to the second half of the race now. I think it's time we check the look and see who made the biggest gains and losses. The biggest gainer in this race Oh, the three base games are Alboreto, Michael Eriksson, and Philippe Street. They all gained 3 possessions each because they started 10th, 11th, and 12th. The next base games are Apostolo and Mikola, who started 16th and 17th. The biggest loser was unsurprisingly Jan Lammers after what happened. He's gone from 4th down to 11th. Next base loser is Paddy Davidson from 8th to 12th. And then the third base loser, Derek Daly, from 15th down to 18th position. What a race we're having so far. Didn't think it was going to be much drama to the pit stops, but now we're having a bit of drama. Oh, and some leading to DNS, some leading to, well, drivers losing possessions and, well, damaged cars. Like, let's look up to Jan Lammers here in 11th. I mean, he's pretty much got a 15-second gap to 12th, which is Paddy Davidson, but still, that was a potentially good result for the Netherlands. Just wiped out because of him and Bernd Schneider having a bit of contact. Now, Boozer 1 tenths faster than Louis Passon at last lap, but needs a bit more than that. Salomon's third. There's personal best from Schneider with a 1:15.5. As Joachim Mass gets the fastest lap now, 1:15.1. 4 tenths faster than Prost at last lap. That's going to help him out, hold on to his 5th place. Meanwhile, that's Michael Eriksson right behind Alboreto in well, he's still saying his 7th, but it's definitely going to be important for Eriksson to see if he can get past Alboreto, just to get a good impression for the team to stay in the F1 division and not drop back down to the F2 side of things. But of course, that's the case, then Sweden will need to think about who's going to take his seat in the F2 division, because, well, the ninth round is when we're having the F2 races again. And so until lap 25 and 47, the question now going to be starting about when is everyone going to pit in this race. Who's going to have a good pit stop, who's going to have a bad pit stop, who knows. And so, well, lap 25 and 47, when is everyone going to pit? Not going to be, I don't think it's not going to be this lap for sure. I'm going to say probably lap 30, so between 30 and 33. That's my guess. Let's see Salonen in 3rd, with Bernd Schneider 4th for the fast man of this race. Joachim Mass in 5th, 1:15.2. 7 tenths of a second faster than his own teammate in 4th. And Alboreto try to put the pressure on Michael Eriksson. Well, Michael Eriksson try to pressurize Alboreto to a mistake. There's Heinrich. Philippe Street right behind them as the drama is unfolding between them. But Philippe Street trying to figure out when to get past the Swede of Eriksson, hopefully before he gets past Alboreto. In the field, anything significant worth noting? No, it does not look like it for now. But that's Louis Salah, 1.1 seconds separating him and Boots in the moment as they're getting closer to lapping Abrahams and Laruri, who's saying 20th and 21st. This is a good result for Australia to get a race finished to survive a couple more rounds, but they do still need to try and find at least 4 more points to get out of the danger zone. Because I think as it stands, it'll only be good enough for 20, maybe 20 seconds, so up to the end of be eliminated at the end of the 12th round, or maybe might end up being 23rd, which would be eliminated after the 10th round, so they only balance us 2 more rounds that way. Not particularly sure, but all I know is it's probably not going to be enough for Australia to get into out of the danger zone. Everyone, lap 27 and 47, as Boots and Parasol still continue to battle for the lead of the race, as everyone else is just trying to get some decent finishes and some decent points. Michael Eriksson dropping back a bit from Alboreto, so Alboreto putting a bit of a gap between him and the Swedes, trying to hang on to 7th position, trying to get some points, trying and extend his lead in the Drivers' Championship, and trying to help Italy out in the Nations competition as well. Because they're in a pretty decent position. And we've got an incident with Mansell, looks like. Oh, we've got a spin there from Salazar. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, so what happened here with Salazar? Okay. Okay, so there's Salazar. He was in 18th, not. No, the board's a bit of a mess. Okay, there's Salazar 18th. There's Nigel Mansell. And Mansell's gone spun Salazar around! Okay. Oh, that was a questionable move there from Nigel Mansell. That could be under investigation, that one. Because spun him in the wall. Lose a bit of control. Okay, but Salazar at least is able to keep on the roads, but I think Mansell could be in a heat patrol from the organisers after that move there. The Salazar dropping down to 19th for Chile. Oh man, so that's really unfortunate. I don't. Salazar is really struggling to control his car. I think he's got something's gone wrong with his. I think his steering may be damaged. But hopefully he's able to make it to the end of the race. At least make it to the pit stop to try and get it fixed if possible. Oh, but that's really, really gutting for Salazar. I'll keep an eye on the front runners. They're getting closer to the back markers of Leroux and Abrahams, actually, so lapping cars is probably going to end up starting being a thing before the, I would have thought it'd be after the pit stop, but it might be before. So we'll go aboard with Lee Prasad. There's the back marker, there's Leroux, there's Abrahams. With two Bootsons up behind in second, as the field is really spread out up and down the track. Parasol goes a bit wide, that's going to help Bootson out a little bit. Can he find his way through? He's going to try, go for it. Okay, Bootson's going to try and go for the lead of the race. Now, can Bootson do it? Because after that mistake from Louis Parasala, going on the inside, and Thierry Bootson capitalizing on the mistake, missing the lead of the race. Oh! Goes a little bit wide himself, but he is able to hold the lead, so Parasala drops down to second. Well, good move there from Thierry Bootson. As we're on to lap 29.47. But can Bootson pull away from the Spaniard? Can he give himself a bit of advantage going to the pit stops? That's the back markers of Leroux and Abrahams pretty much in their vision. Now, is that going to be a problem for him and Parasala? Probably. Will it affect them in this race? Surely it will. Thierry Bootson putting 8 tenths per second over Parasala already, which is not going to help him out. Which is going to help him out to put an advantage, but we'll see what happens here. Bootson goes a bit wide. That could be the opening for Parasala to capitalise on it. Are they pitting this lap? No, they're not. In fact, Parasala's closing in on Bootson there. Even though Bootson was significantly faster in that last lap than Parasala. Okay, the back marker's definitely going to come into play here. That's going to help. That's going to make things awkward for the leaders. It might help Timo Saladin so he can start to close in a bit. So I don't think it'll be that significant. Not too sure. There's Thierry Bootson right behind the Rory. Leroux's going to have to let him through because he's going to be a lap down. Hopefully Parasala right behind, but as far as I can see, he's not going to be able to do much about it. We're on lap 30 47, so we've got 18 laps to go. Bootson on the outside of Leroux. Is he going to get past him? No, he's not. Leroux is not going to let him through that easily. This is not what the top two drivers need, especially when Timo Saladin can capitalise on to get faster times and close in on them. Okay, coming around to the ultimate corner. This is the mistake that cost Louis Parasala to lead the race. Able to hang in there. And oh, they're going to the pits. So the front runners are pitting this lap. It's okay. So the question is, who's going to come out first? Will it be Bootson? Will it be Louis Parasala? Saladin is in. Schneider is in. Anyone else? Okay, the top drivers are in the pits. So not. No one's staying out, it looks like, at the moment. I don't see anyone staying out. Bootson, Louis Parasala. Trying to get the decent pit stop in. Try to get as quick as they can before the other person does. Jan Lammers in 11th. Will he be pitching this lap? It looks like it. And Parasala's on the way. And Salin's got ahead into second. In fact, no, Boots is in trouble, having a problem with the pit stops. So Blue Pair Salin's are back in the lead of the race. Salin goes into second. Philippe Streif is now suddenly third. Ericsson fourth. The Swede in the top 4 positions. Good result for him. Electric Hybrid is fifth. Sixth is Alboreto. And oh! What on earth what on earth happened there? What on earth was Alboreto doing there? Alboreto just completely took out Heinrich. What on earth is that about? Why did Heinrich come to a I just noticed Heinrich came to a complete stop, so... Oh, did he hit the crash in the pit stop? Pit wall? What on earth was that about? Well, Heinrich is... Well, whatever Heinrich did, he's put him out of the race because he can't do it. Well, he's stuck. Oh no, it's going to block the other drivers from getting out, isn't it? Yes, it had... Oh, okay, we've got chaos in the pits. Stop. We got complete, utter chaos. There. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. That's completely got out of control. I'm gonna have to really. Okay. I don't even know where to start with that. That's. I'm lost for words of what's happened, of how this has happened. I can't really focus on the race because of this. This is all kicked off. In fact, the front runners are completely affected by this as well. Oh man, that's utter madness. It's just. Anyway, Postle's in the pits, Mansell's in the pits. Okay, so they stayed out. I'm not even getting to focus on the actual race because it's just like this. All of a sudden, this chaos has just occurred. I'm gonna have to really look back on it and just figure out what on earth is going to happen here. So they're going to be under investigation. Absolutely, the investigation is going to be underway. That's not up for debate. It's absolutely going to happen, but. Oh man, so many drivers just retired just because of Alboreto and Heinrich. I think Heinrich and Alboreto are both going to be in a significant amount of trouble for that. For sure. I think it's going to be suspensions. Or, yeah, it's definitely going to be suspensions. Because I think it may have just hurt. Because I think some of the drivers may have been hurt after that. For sure. Oh man, absolutely madness. Amongst all this, the two Aussies are 11th and 12th, so this is exactly a good result for them because this will help them out. But I think, as it stands, it would be enough to give it by them another 2 rounds. Michele Alboreto has a fast lap, the championship leader, 1:15.0, sitting in 5th at the moment. Probably no one's line at the moment because the extra behind is Alan Prost. He's about 19 seconds down from. Where Alboreto is, but still good points for Prost and Alboreto. But it's definitely going to help out early in the Nations competition as well to extend the lead over the United Kingdom because the United Kingdom have. No, Nigel Mansell's still in the race. Okay, but Mansell's being passed by Apostolo. Apostolo could get an amazing result for Greece. And Greece in the bubble in 20th in the Nations competition, so Apostle getting 7th, that's going to help Greece out significantly to try and secure themselves in the top 20 for the final 4 races of the season. As we're moving over to lap number 34, 1:14.6 Sal's time, nearly about 30 tenths of a second faster than Salonen, but Streif was faster than Salonen at last lap, so maybe France, with Streif, could get a really good result. Alboreto goes fast again though, 1:13.9. Okay, so he's flying up the field, but with 14 laps left to go, I don't think he's going to catch up to Mikael Eriksson, who's trying to put the pressure on Philippe Streif once again, this time for a podium spot in 3rd. Oh man, this has been a chaotic race. Just. I'm not. It's going to be a while for me to try and put it together. What on earth has happened. And now Apostolo is meant to be trying to move it down Prost for 6. If Apostolo's got past Prost, or in fact Prost got down shrink, so something's happened to Alan Prost. But oh my word, Apostolo in 6 for Greece. That is that would be an amazing result for them. Apostolo, I think it was 14th for the personal start, then all the chaos broke out, and after the chaos, there he is in the top 6. He's got ahead of Alan Prost. He's ahead of Nigel Mansell. 140.3 is Louis Perez last time, and he's about 1.5 seconds faster than Sal in second. It's Philippe Street's third. Michele Alboreto saying a personal best. He's slightly closing in on Philippe Street. Alboreto, I think he may have dropped back a little bit before, but it's pretty much Alboreto's 5th place pretty much secure. He's not going to catch up to Ericsson unless they have late retirements. I don't think that's going to happen for sure. So we're on lap 35 and 47, so Louis Perez leads. Mansell's got past Prost. In fact, Prost's been passed by Micola as well. Micola, in his first F1 Formula Olympic race since 1984, he's finally going to get some points for himself and for Finland, because he never scored a point in the 1984 season before he was dropped. So for Finland to have both drivers in the points position, that's be a good result for them. And Saladin second for Finland. That's going to be an amazing result, as Finland are sitting in 18th place in the nation's competition. They've had a bit of a difficult season so far, so this would be the result they really need to finish, to get a good position, well, put themselves in a really good position to ensure they're in the top 20. And here goes Michele Alboreto though, trying to see if we can make the move on Philippe Street for Sweden. And it looks like he may have actually just got ahead of Philippe Street. And about contact there, Philippe Street's gone off! Oh no, for Street! And Street's back on the road at least. Oh man, the slightest touch there again, and that is Philippe Street off. Now pushing it down to 4th, Ericsson goes into 3rd. Lap 36 of 47 now. Looking for Apostolo, he's going to be under a bit of pressure of Nigel Mansell. Mansell badly needs some points for himself and for the United Kingdom, because Mansell's going to be dropping further behind in Alboreto in the intervention competition, and the United Kingdom are going to drop further behind Italy in the nations competition as well. So this is really, really important for Nigel Mansell to try and get some points, some points. But Apostolo, even if he finishes 7th, the fact that he's getting some more points for Greece, well, it definitely shows Greece are on the up and up in this season, for sure. Prost in 9th. He's got Lammers, he's got Larry Perkins. Larry Perkins, if he can get past Prost, I mean, Prost is going to badly damage the car, so he's going to have a really difficult time trying to fend off these two. But Lammers needs some points to help Netherlands out, and Larry Perkins could potentially get a point here to help Australia out in the nations competition as well, to try and keep them around for a couple of rounds longer. As we're on lap 37 of 47, and now Michele Alboreto catch up to Theo Saladin. Oh my goodness! So Michele Alboreto could probably snatch 2nd off the fin. Oh, Sweden, they're saying 17th. Okay, but Sweden is 17th in the nation's table, so Sweden and Finland, they're both at the back end of the points, and Alan Prost is off. Prost is going off, he's out of the points, he goes down to 11th. Meanwhile, Mansell and Apostolo, and it's going to be contact between them. Oh, huge hit there. Apostolo is able to keep going. Oh man. Okay. First off, let's check Alan Prost out. I'm guessing because he's winging, he's got some steering issues. He may have just around the corner, goes wide. Yeah, fair enough. So he loses 2 positions, and then we had Apostolo and Mansell slight bit of touch, a proper thwacking, but Apostolo's thankfully able to keep going. Yeah, just the slightest touch, and that was him off. But Mansell take a bit of a direct hit as well. So is that gonna be a problem for Mansell? Hopefully not. But Apostolo able to keep going. There's Hannah McCullough right behind in 8th. So Hannah McCullough try to see if we can snatch 7th off the Greekman. Oh man, commentator's curse and everything. But Larry Parker's in the point position for Australia. Australia really badly needs this result. As we're on lap 38 and 47, we're getting close to the end of the race now. What can Louis Parcel do here? Well, he's 6.5 seconds ahead of Team Salon, so he's pretty much in a really comfortable position in second. Alex in third, Street fourth, Alboreto fifth. What can he do here? He's in fifth at the moment. He's trying to see if he can catch Philippe Street for fourth. Well, Alboreto, well, eyes on him. It's really after what happened in the pit stops between him and Heinrich. There's definitely question marks about what's going to happen here. And Michele looks like he's going to get past Apostolo. Yeah, he's got past Apostolo for 8th. So, but Apostolo 8th is still be an amazing result for him and for Greece. I mean, Greece, their best result is 8th in the first round in West Germany. So another 8th, which means 4 more points. Well, that's going to be quite significant for them in the nation's competition for sure. That as it stands, not taking into account anyone else, so they'd be probably in overtaking Chile for 19th. So Chile will be the ones in the bubble. They've got an extra point in Greece, so if anyone outside the top 20 to get into the top 20, they'll need to get 5 points or more to push Chile. Actually, not 4, 5, 6 points. So at least the 7s are better to try and knock Chile out of the top 20. Of course, Salazar retired after the debacle. That was a massive pile-up of cars. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a nightmare to break down. As we're coming up to, as we're getting closer to lap 40 and 47, been a pretty interesting race this is for sure. Persal tries to make a lap Arthur Abrahams, who's sitting in 12th. Saladin and Ericsson's battle for third is continuing to brew. So Ericsson tries to put the pressure on Tio Saladin, but is he going to be able to do it? Not too sure. But Ericsson's probably going to try anyway. And here it goes. Got the slipstream going to the inside line. What can Tio Saladin do here? Can he defend that position? And can Ericsson get to second? Okay, not able to do it. But definitely a significant amount of pressure being put on to the side to try hang in there for Finland. Okay, Alboreto seems to have lost a bit of touch with Philippe Streif. A big gap down to Nigel Mansell. He's got one of the. He's got. That's probably one of the lap cars, so that'll be. Oscar Ruri, who's quite a bit back from Graham Duxbury. I'm guessing it's thanks to the pit stops that have probably affected his position. As Louis Persal closing in, Arthur Abrahams, can he find his way past him? Gonna try to. Oh, okay. Does not manage to do it. Not able to do it. Now Jan Laus got past Apostle for 8, so Apostle. Oh man, he's dropping positions. Larry Parkins right behind in 10th, but Jan Lauer going to 8th. That'll be 4 points in the Netherlands at their home race. So good way to establish some points after after what has happened. But now Saladin and Ericsson, and the battle for second continues. But I think Ericsson is going to be able to make it stick this time. I think he has. Oh, contact! Saladin's off. Saladin's off going for a big spin. But he's able to keep it together. Here's Philippe Streif. Philippe Streif is watching on. So you can see he gets Finland off the podium, and I think he may have actually be able to do it. Oh man, the battle for second is disaster there. Oh, Philippe Streif went a bit sideways there. And so Michele Alboreto tries to get past Saladin for fourth, and he's and Alboreto's going to nudge Saladin, and that's Alboreto to fourth place. Alboreto may be temporarily fourth, but I think he may be penalised for the disaster in the pit stop. So Alboreto better hold his breath as fourth, because it may end up being stripped away from him, as Apostolo is being passed by Larry Parkins. So Parkins into 9th, and Apostolo dropping out of the points in 10th. So I think Apostolo this may have had some damage to his car, just slowing him down. And now Mika Eriksson catching up to Louis Pascal is thanks to the back markers, and one of the back markers is Alan Prost. Pascal is going to try and lap the Frenchman. He does. What about Michael Ericsson? Okay, so he's lapped Abrahams, but not Prost. So Pascal hoping to try and use that to his advantage to try and pull away from him, if possible. So Ericsson going to work out to try and catch up to the race leader again. That's on 5th, that's on 6th, Mikola 7th, going a little bit wide there. And that's again now it's in 8th position for the Netherlands. And that's a badly damaged Alan Prost. He's might be under a bit of pressure from Arthur Abrahams, sitting in 12th for Australia. Meanwhile his teammate Nigel practice in 9th, which is what Australia needs. What Australia badly needs. And Louis Pascal's gone awfully wide there. And so has Alan Prost. Oh! And he takes out Arthur Abrahams with him. Streif is caught up in all that. So is Alboreto, Salon. Oh no. Okay, and Streif maybe has lost that. Maybe losing the podium position. Okay, what happened to Prost? Did he just lose on his own? I think he did. It's because of his damaged car. Coming around the corner. Yeah. He catches out Abrahams, and then Abrahams catches his own teammate Streif. Streif went awfully sideways. I think Streif made a mistake himself. Yeah, he just went a bit sideways, went a bit wide. Boom! Right into Arthur Abrahams. Alboreto, Timo Salon slipping the way through. So France could be in a spot bother. Abrahams can't really go anywhere. Prost is out. What about Abrahams and Streif? Are they going to be out? There's Duxbury. Going, thank you very much, I'll take a spot off yes. Well, Abrahams is out, and so is Streif. Streif is out of the race. Oh man. And Prost just lost control of his car, and that was it. That is the end for him and for his teammate, which means no points for France. That is not what France needed. France needs some good points, and it's gone just like that. We're on lap 43 and 47. We're getting close to the end of the race. So we've only got half the field left. But what's going to happen at the end of this race, I'm not too sure. I mean, Alboreto's currently third, but again, under investigation, could end up getting it stripped off him. And Louis Pascal goes awfully wide again. That's a mistake there. So is Ericsson. Okay, so a couple of mistakes there. Well, they're quite ahead of the rest of the field, so I guess they don't have to worry about losing positions, but still mistakes you can't really afford, especially at this late stage of the race. As we're now on lap 44-47, so only 4 laps left to go. Been a very chaotic race for sure. The second half, just disaster galore. Got lots of delight and lots of heartaches up and down the fields. Leroy, the last place runner, has got past Philippe Streif now, who of course has retired from the race after a huge disaster. Made a mistake, caught up to Joseph, crashed. Well, and that was the end of his race, just like that. And so we're getting closer to lap 45, which means we'll only have 4 laps to go. Well, 3 laps to go, sorry. And Pascal once again goes awfully wide, makes a mistake. Ericsson went a little bit wide, but not as badly as Pascal did, so that's going to help Ericsson close in. Well, 2.5 second gap with just a couple laps left to go. I don't think he's going to be able to close in enough. He'll be able to close the gap in enough to catch up to it, but still. And that's on 4th, Mansell 5th. So Mansell will be delighted to get some good points because I would have thought he would have had no chance of getting anything, but let's just say things went in his favour. Let's help him get to the top 5 places. Now he's going to try and lap Oscar Drury is sitting in 11th, so last place runner at the moment. Martin has in 7th. So that's exactly what Jan needs for himself, and 6 points. That's what he needs to help the Netherlands get into the top 20 places. But we're lap 45 and 47, we're getting closer to the penultimate lap of this race, and I think it's fair to say Louis Persal, the pole setter, who started first, is going to finish first. Be a very, very good result for him, as long as he keeps on the road, as the field is completely spread out to the point where there's not a chance there's going to be any more overtakes, surely. But what a race it has been. The first half was quite tame. The only debacle was Warwick's retirement, and then the pit stops happened, and then all hell broke loose thanks to Alboreto and Heinrich. I mean, it's going to be frowned upon these two drivers about what happened, but Heinrich has paid the price. He's out of the race. Alboreto, he may get a time penalty, he may get suspended, I'm not sure. All I know is he may be starting at the moment, but it could end up drop to 4th, 5th, or who knows. But anyway, he's got race leader Louis Persal. He's got Konstantinos Apostolou in front of him, the man who's sitting in 9th for Greece. I mean, it's a great result for Greece to get some points thanks to Apostolou. But we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens in the other race. And Apostolou goes up a bit wide, and Louis Persal is going to try and successfully lap him, and he does so. So here's our race leader, best of the final lap. We'll go on board with him. Louis Persal getting Spain's first ever win in the Formulalympics. I mean, Spain will be absolutely delighted with this result. They've got a 3rd and a 2nd already, so to get a 1st, well, what a result that would be. It's definitely going to help. It'll help out Louis Persal in the Drivers' Championship as well. I think he may end up being 6th, or may end up being 6th or 7th in the championship standings. But I'm excited to see what it will be for sure. As we're making our way towards the end of this very, very dramatic race in the Netherlands. We didn't do the Netherlands in the 1984 Formula season, but I'm glad we went back to did it, because oh my goodness, what a result this has been. And here we go, coming up to the final sector of this track, and Louis Persal just got a couple of corners left to go, and that'll be Spain's first ever Formulalympic victory. Goes a bit wide, but it's okay, keeps on the road, and here we go, coming towards the start finish line, and it's going to be a win for Louis Persal in the Netherlands, with Michele Alboreto going to be taking 2nd for Sweden, and we just got to wait for everyone to make their way across the finish line. And here we go, that is everyone across the finish line. Louis Persal with a gap of 4.2 seconds is your race winner, with Alboreto in 3rd at the moment. We'll see what happens at the championship standings. Timo Sala is 4th, Nigel Mansell takes 5th, 6th is Hannah McCullough, 7th Jan Laris, Larry Perkins 8th, Apostolou 9th, and the final point going to Graham Duxbury of South Africa. And dropping further down, we've got Oscar Rui, the last classified finisher, in 11th, as we see the two French drivers, Arthur Abrahams, the two West Germans, Ludwig Heinrich, Paddy Davidson, Derek Daly, Elsa Sarasar, and Derek Warwick had all retired from the race. So with that dramatic result out of the way, let's take a look at the championship standings and see what will happen going into the next round. And looking at the F1 standings, Michele Alboreto does remain as the championship leader, but he has been disqualified because of the pit stop drama that both him and Ludwig Heinrich Jr. had caused. So Nigel Mansell is 2nd in the championship standings, 13 points down after being classified as 4th. Louis Persal with his impressive win puts him in the top 5 positions, while Timo Sala getting a good podium for Finland, and on his debut, Michele Alboreto in the top 15 with a 2nd place finish. in the Nations Championship, there's been a bit of a shift in terms of where everyone stands. Italy may still be the leaders, but their disqualification thanks to Michele Alboreto puts them only 4 points ahead of the United Kingdom, who sit in second, with Spain seeing themselves back into the top 3 thanks to Luis Perez-Sal's win, while Sweden and Finland's podium spots put them 10th and 11th. Meanwhile, Australia are no longer the team in last position at the risk of elimination at the end of the next round. That title goes back to Portugal. Well, what are my final thoughts after this race? Well, absolute chaos in the pit lane, which caused a lot of people to retire thanks to Michele Alboreto and Ludwig Hamilton Jr., and they are suffering the consequences as they will not be racing for the next 4 races. Now, some of you may have noticed that pretty much you saw the entire race when I normally would edit it down to show the important stuff. That's because the first time round I almost finished doing all that, and Sony Vegas crashed and I had to start all over again, and I didn't want to do all that again, so I just pretty much gave you everything instead because I just wanted to get this out on time. So apologies if you didn't like that, it's just now you know what the reason was. With Portugal risk of elimination at the end of the next round, can Portugal get themselves out of it again like they did in Le Mans? Because the next race, the bottom place team will be eliminated, and I hope to see you there, and we'll find out what team will that be.